despise that the Apple fanboys have, the Apple so far down their throats that no matter what the fuck they do, no matter what they do, they can't do no wrong. Leave it to Valve to drop like an announcement like that on a random weekday and get like 1 million views within like 2 or 3 hours. Leave it to Valve. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that Valve is doing all of this right now. Because you know what? Okay. I have honestly not that much to add on the GameCube side of things, the Steam machine. The Steam Cube, I don't know what you want to call it. I think people are calling it the GameCube. The Companion Cube, that's a good one. That's a good one. Anyway, I know that the Steam machine is going to be positioned as a PC. And I don't have a whole lot to add to it because I think they could release that machine for like $600. And it's probably going to be a really good entry point because it's essentially a PC. If you're someone who wants to get into PC gaming and you don't feel like spending time building a PC, doing the PC part bigger bullshit and all that, the Steam machine seems like an insane thing to go for because it does literally everything. And then on top of that, if you really want to use it as a Windows PC, you can just add Windows to it and, call it a day. It's what the PS3 used to be way before the Linux thing happened and they managed to find a way to jailbreak the PS3. You used to be able to install Linux on the PS3, but they removed the feature because of the hacks that people were running on it. So finally, we have like a console that's a PC, honestly, but like we have something that works like a console and gives you like the console experience from the comfort of your touch. And it's about time we had something like this that was like a realistic player in the field. Because if you try to connect your actual PC to your TV or like a laptop or something, it's not the same. The experience is just not there. So to see Valve go into it with like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this insane machine purpose built for people to be able to play this on, on your couch, just set it and forget it. That's crazy good. I'm happy that they're doing this because I really do think if the Steam machine comes out at a competitive price point, I think it could change the game. Now, the other thing that I wanted to say, I enjoy greatly about the VR headset specifically something. And it's the fact that the VR headset, the new Steam frame, I don't know the name of it, but that Steam frame thing, the new VR stuff that they're working on, it looks like a product built for people who actually unironically use VR headsets. Something that bothered the fuck out of me. And I'm gonna try to start Crashout when I talk about this, but holy fuck, something that bothered the fuck out of me when the Apple Vision Pro got announced. Okay, and the reason why it bothers me is because I fucking hate Apple fanboys. I don't know if I've spoken about the hatred that I harbor for Apple fanboys, but I despise them. I despise them because half of the things that are happening in the market right now are happening is because of fucking Apple. The reason why my goddamn phone, when this phone came out, it was like $1,200, I think, MSRP. The reason why this fucking phone doesn't have a goddamn headphone port, like an analog headphone jack, is literally because of Apple starting the trend with the iPhone 6 or 7 all those years back and removing the jack from their phones to save on space. The reason why Samsung and all these goddamn companies never fucking bring a charging cube port thing for their phones and they only give you a cable nowadays is because of Apple starting this initiative saying that they want to go green. They want to go green. They don't want to put out more waste into the world. So we're gonna remove the charging port. But you know what? We're still gonna charge you for it. You can buy it for like $40 if you really want on our store. Oh, but sorry, we're actually not sending it in with the phones because we just want to make the world a little bit more green because there's enough, fucking attachments in the world that we don't need that anymore. Okay, so I fucking hate Apple. I despise them. They are everything that's wrong with like Silicon Valley as far as I'm concerned. I despise that the Apple fanboys have, the Apple cock so far down their throats that no matter what the fuck they do, No matter what they do, they can't do no wrong. They'll buy it. And then when they announced that Apple Vision Pro stuff, dude, I remember when they did that keynote like a year or two ago, whenever the Apple Vision Pro was announced originally. I remember seeing like someone spoke to me about it and about how they thought it was so fucking cool that if you have the Vision Pro on, you can actually put like in augmented reality. Oh, you can put like the timer of like the pasta that you're cooking on top of the boiler, and you can move around your house, and the timer is going to remain on top of the on top of the fucking pasta boiling pot, whatever. And and when you are doing your laundry or when you're like folding your clothes, you can put like the virtual iPad. You can use it and move it around in virtual space while you're folding the fucking clothing. And I'm like, you dumb motherfucker. You actual retard. The iPad already exists. If you need a timer, you can put it on your phone. You mouth-breathing fuck. What are we doing? I didn't say any of these things to the person that told me that was trying to like sell me into the Apple Vision Pro and how it was gonna revolutionize the world or whatever. Because I like them. Despite them being an Apple fanboy, I like them. I get along with them. I enjoy their company. But it's like, apparently in that keynote, one of the things that they even spoke about was about how the Apple Vision Pro could like take could mark on the floor the areas that you haven't cleaned yet, and it'll highlight it. And I'm like, are you like this stupid? Are you like actually this fucking stupid? You need the Apple bitch goggles to tell you where it's dirty. Like that's what. Are you kidding me? That's what's going to revolutionize the world. That's the revolution. But you can play Fruit Ninja and augmented reality now. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Oh my god. And there's so many chuckle fucks that thought that we were gonna be able to like drive with these things on. Actually, didn't someone get in trouble because they were actually using the Apple Vision Pro while they were driving?
Well, don't do this while driving. The Department of Transportation and Apple reminding drivers to not use the company's new Vision Pro headset while you're driving. Several videos went viral this weekend of people doing just that.
It's the same level of like how many brain cells must you lack to do something like that? I realized that I was started talking about the Steam frame, by the way, and ultimately what I was trying to get at, okay, is that, my lord, is that I appreciate the fact that the Steam frame has done away with all of these things, and they're not trying to sell you something that it's not. I appreciate from Valve a lot the fact that these products are truly making the experience better for the people who will be buying them, and it seems to be geared towards innovating on the things that actually matter. The frame has so many cool things from a technological perspective. Like specifically, like I don't know if you guys saw like the full Vili. I don't know what it was. It's like the thing where depending on where your eyes are looking at, the headset knows where your eyes are focusing on. And because of that, they are able to produce a crisper view on that spot while blurring the sides to save on bandwidth and make this experience more seamless. Because if you ever used a VR headset and you tried using that VR headset wireless, you know that it fucking sucks whenever you have like a packet loss or something, and it really jitters your view. Like the reason why I couldn't last as long as I usually do on my streams in the VR chat meetup, even though I tried to go for as far as I could, was partly because of the fact that because of my current setup, I have to use Airlink. I had to use wireless to be able to use the headset for VR chat while streaming at the same time. And sometimes I would get like really, not like nauseous, but it would really take me out, and I would have to like close my eyes and like reset for a second because of how bad it feels whenever your headset like has like either a packet loss or something, and you lose like your sense of like your position or like your sense of like where you're located because of the issues with that technology. So like the fact that they're doing all those things, that's cool. I appreciate like crazy the fact that Valve is doing that, because I can't believe that we're just letting all of these other companies get away with unironic murder as far as I'm concerned. And people are eating it up. Eye tracking technology, I've heard of it. Super uncanny the longer you ruminate on it, but I must admit it's an impressive feat. It just tracks roughly where your eyes are focusing with some sensors inside of the headset. And the entire purpose of that is to be able to make the image clearer of where you're focusing. Meanwhile, the sides, the area on the sides of the headset that you're not focusing on, they crush the bitrate on it, because apparently from the people who have used it, they say that it's essentially not, it's not noticeable. The loss in quality is not noticeable. And they're able to crush the bitrate around the focal point by like 90% or something. I think it was something like that. Like they were sending like 10% of the data that they would usually send to those parts outside of the field of view of your eyes. And apparently people couldn't tell. I don't know if it was like 10% of the total quality, or if they were only saving 10% in performance. I don't know if it's like which way, but I know that that apparently they're claiming that it was like substantial enough to like invest into it. It would make more sense to me that they're saving like 90%, you know, bandwidth on that feature, because I don't think they would add something as expensive as eye tracking into a headset for just a 10% premium on the bandwidth. I don't think that's worth adding like an entire eye tracking system to the headset. Apple and Nintendo have much alike: retarded customers, overpriced products, subpar products, massive cult-like following. You know what's the thing? I disagree with you on one thing. Nintendo has good products. That's the thing that stings about Nintendo specifically. And that's the thing that stings about the Nintendo Switch too. The thing that really stings about it is the fact that they do a good product. They really do. As much as I want to dog on Nintendo, you can always count on them to give you like a machine that will work out of the box, will last you forever, and they'll release games on it for a really long time. They're also, in Nintendo's credit, they're also doing reverse compatible hardware with the Switch 2, and like Nintendo, the frustrating part about them is the fact that they do all these things right, but then they go ahead and make the dock for the Nintendo Switch 2 proprietary. Like you can't buy a third-party dock anymore. So good luck if your dock somehow breaks, because you're not gonna be able to buy one from an aftermarket, you know, seller. By the way, that little rant lost me like 25% of the audience with that little rant. I cannot excuse the fucking cardboard stuff for the Switch 1 though. Oh no, I don't excuse that either. But like for the most part, bro, like for the most part, like you know that Nintendo, like whenever they swing, they usually hit, and they hit it really well. You know, like see what you will about the latest Mario Kart game, but it's Mario Kart. It probably lives up to the Nintendo standard. You know, it's probably okay. Like, they didn't release a Cyberpunk. They didn't release a Fallout 76. They're not releasing those games. They're releasing good stuff to play devil's advocate. But the frustrating part is everything else around the good games that they release. It's like the hardware side. Like, listen, if I bought the Switch, let me do whatever the hell I want with the Switch. You know? The new Mario Kart is well polished with content dante. I haven't played it. But it's kind of hard to have a Mario Kart with like no content. All you gotta do is like add like what? Like how many tracks does your average like Mario Kart game ship with? It's like 4, 8 tall, 16. So 16 but times 2. How much is that? 32? You release like 32 tracks. You do like four classic cups. So you just redo tracks that already exist, and you create like 16 new tracks, and that's it. You know, Mario Kart is overrated, but Nintendo fanboys will continue eating that shit up. Yeah, but like Mario Kart also works. Like you buy Mario Kart, you know what you're getting. You know, that's why whether you like the newest entry or not, usually you get what you pay for with Nintendo and in the games. Like you pay for something expecting that thing, you get it, right? Like you don't buy The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and you didn't like that game worked out of the box. As Randy said earlier, like that game worked out of the box like day one. In fact, they're so good at doing that that during the Switch 1, people were playing all of these games pirated way before their release date oftentimes because of the fact that Nintendo does a really good job with their games. And they deliver on their promises like 95% of the time. I was supposed to talk about the Steam Deck, but I ended up bitching about Apple. Fuck Apple, man, I hate them. At least, dude, you know another thing, not to keep at it, okay? But another thing that I also appreciate a lot about Apple, about the Steam Deck and like all of these Steam machines that they're releasing, they're making it a point that they have kind of a walled gardens-ish, you know? But that walled garden is actually very open. Like they, for example, they are even thinking of a feature where they want for people to be able to get a micro SD, put their entire Steam library on it, and be able to switch it from the Steam machine to the Steam Deck to the Steam frame, the VR headset, because that VR headset also has like a integrated CPU or some shit on it, and you can just run the games natively on the headset. And they want for you to be able to run like all those games on all those platforms by just switching away, by switching around like a micro SD. Apple is not gonna give you that. And I mean, in fact, I don't even know if I even have expendable storage on my phone. And I have a Samsung. I have a that's 23 actually. Do I even have expendable storage on this one? I don't think I do. I don't have my headphone port. That's the real crime here. The fact that I don't have my headphone port is like, it's what kills me. I used to always use my headset with my phone, and I can't do it anymore. You like, oh, okay, no, no, true, so true, real. Apple would do that. Apple would let you like switch around the micro SD, but they would like nickel and dime you for that. Paga la feria, wey, cabrón. Oh man, I need to sip on some water by now if I were you. Lots of talking without pauses. My bad. Did I do it again? My bad, chat.